Hello and welcome here. The Flash is the most eagerly anticipated project in the DCEU, as the DC Universe is getting ready to premiere. The Flash's release was initially slated for 2018, but a number of issues kept getting in the way. After the epidemic subsided, a firm release date of June 2023 was established for The Flash. Barry Allen will use his abilities to time travel in The Flash in an effort to stop his mother's death, which was inspired by the classic comic book narrative Flashpoint. However, meddling with time can have negative effects on the multiverse as a whole. With the assistance of his younger self, an alternate and older Batman, and Kryptonian castaway Supergirl, Barry will try to defend this planet from the revived General Zod and, perhaps, get back to his realm. As a result, Barry is stuck in another reality without metahumans. One of the most eagerly awaited films of the year is The Flash, but will it be worth the wait? The Flash unfortunately doesn't appear to live up to the expectations according to various reviews, but that doesn't mean there aren't some positive things to say about it. Almost immediately after it was confirmed that it would happen and that Flashpoint was the main source of inspiration, The Flash became one of the most thrilling and anticipated projects from the DCEU. However, fans of the Flashpoint comic book storyline will likely be very disappointed when watching The Flash. The Flash borrows a lot of concepts from Flashpoint, but it falls short in terms of capturing the magic of the comic book narrative, even though it delivers the action sequences that were hinted at in the trailers. The majority of reviews so far agree that The Flash starts off strong with Barry Allen on a rescue mission that will undoubtedly satisfy those seeking thrilling action sequences with the sense of humor that makes Flash such a popular character. However, as the plot develops and both Barry and the audience become more and more involved in time travel and the multiverse, The Flash slows down and occasionally even appears to get stuck. The Flash definitely lives up to the hype in terms of its cameos and the appearances of past DC superheroes, particularly Ben Affleck's DCEU Batman and Michael Keaton's Batman from Tim Burton's films. However, overall, everything points to The Flash suffering from the over-exaggerated excitement that came from the numerous delays and the well-done trailers to market the movie. So, the review from Screen Rant says, ultimately, The Flash wants to have its cake and eat it too and have a second cake and eat that as well. There are so many cool ideas in The Flash, from the two versions of Barry Allen and tackling the multiverse via Flashpoint to the return of Keaton's Batman and the introduction of Supergirl, but the movie fails to fully deliver on any of them. As a result, The Flash is by no means a must-watch superhero movie, even for fans of the Flash character or the Flashpoint storyline. While The Collider said, The Flash clearly wants its audience to get caught up in the excitement of multiverse adventures, returning superhero favorites, and fun antics of Barry Allen, to the point that they never consider that the time travel aspects make absolutely no sense, and only hurts the larger story in the way that it's handled here. Thankfully, those antics are enjoyable and hard not to get excited about, but unfortunately, this isn't a story that holds together on a narrative level. Cameos and fan service are fine to have, but the story has to be there to back them up, and it's not quite there with The Flash. And the Variety said, the thing is, none of it makes a lot of sense. In The Flash, the multiverse of possibilities that opens up by toying with the past becomes an excuse to throw everything but the Batcave sink at the audience. Despite the vividness of Ezra Miller, the movie steamrolls Miller's personality as it goes along. The climactic battle against General Zod, with its kamikaze batplane death zooms, its plumes of black smoke rising from the ground, its overblown sound and fury, is working too hard to engulf us after a story that did a nifty job of beguiling us. And then the THR said, if The Flash ultimately proves uneven, its wobbly climactic showdown far less interesting than the more character-driven build-up, the story's core of a young man struggling to reconcile with the loss of his mother carries it through. The early word on The Flash calling it one of the greatest superhero movies ever made was pure hyperbole. But in the bumpy recent history of the DC Extended Universe, it's certainly an above-average entry. The Marvel Cinematic World has explored multiverses extensively in several films and television series, most notably in Spider-Man No Way Home. While the 600th world is familiar with this idea, it hasn't yet perfected the multiverse. The Flash's large cast of characters may have helped the show, but it appears like their presence has done the opposite. The Flash has been criticized for having scenes where there is too much going on and there are too many people, including two Barry Allens, Michael Keaton's Batman, Sasha Calle's Supergirl, and Michael Shannon's General Zod. The Flash has too many characters, which causes some of them to be undeveloped and others to detract from the movie's strengths, such as the scenes when Barry Allen and his troubles are highlighted. One of the biggest dangers of employing time travel in conveying a multiverse tale is that the plot may eventually get to a point where nothing makes sense. Sadly, this is what happened to The Flash. According to some detractors, the multiverse was invented as a pretext for introducing a number of possibilities, and the details of time travel are also illogical. But then again, these concepts are at the center of the movie and are difficult to ignore or doubt. It appears that watching The Flash is more enjoyable if you don't focus on the specifics of time travel and how the universe functions. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.